So we're going to do the same thing as we did before. Make sure you always rearrange and solve for y first. So it has to be y equals mx plus b first, or with the inequality, but you have to have y by itself first. Remember that if there is a line, it is solid. It's a solid line, and if there's not any, then it's dotted. Okay? If there's not a line underneath the equality, it's a dotted line. And shade above or below. If it's less, you shade below. And if it's greater than, then you shade above. And the other thing that you need to remember, if you multiply or divide by a negative, you have to flip the sign. Okay? Here we go. So I'm going to solve for y. Okay? So I'm going to box that negative y. Move your x over, that becomes minus x. Now that's a negative 1, and so I have to divide everything by negative 1. Okay? So when you divide by negative 1, that cancels out, you got y. Since I'm dividing by negative, I have to flip the sign. Since I'm dividing by negative, flip it, okay? So y is greater than negative 8 plus x. Now, the slope is the one that's always by x. So that would be a positive 1. The y-intercept is negative 8, okay? On the next one, so I'm going to box this negative 2y. You always look at the sign in front. Move x to the other side, that becomes a negative x. Okay? That is a negative 2y, so I need to divide everything by negative 2. You divide by what's in front. Since I'm dividing by a negative, that flips. So y is less than or equal to negative 3 plus 1/2 x. So the slope is always by x. Okay, so that is positive 1/2. The y-intercept is the one that doesn't have a variable, so that's negative 3. And then on the last one, this is a positive 5y. So move 2x over, that becomes a negative 2x. And now I'm dividing by, now this is a positive, so I divide by a positive. So I do not flip my symbol this time. Stays the same. 2 minus 2/5 x. Now, the slope is always by x, so that's negative 2/5. And then my y-intercept is a positive 2. So now that what you remember how to rearrange for y, we can do the same thing, and then we can graph it like we did yesterday. So move your 4x over, so that's minus 4x. And then this is a positive 7y, so I divide everything by 7. Okay, now since I'm dividing by 7, I don't have to flip anything, so y is less than 3 minus 4/7 x. Now remember that your slope is always by x, so that's negative 4/7, and my y-intercept is 3. And this is what you're going to do first, the y-intercept. So graph your 3, plot your 3. And then my slope tells me to go down 4 to the right 7. So down 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, to the right 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The opposite of going down and to the right is going up and to the left. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it just helps to have more than one point. There's not a line, so it's dotted. Okay, so draw a dotted line, and then it says it is less than, so you shade underneath. Okay, now I'm going to show you something on your calculator that's pretty nifty, because some of you sometimes make a mistake. Go to relation, so go to 6. You can type that in, 4x plus 7y, and then do your inequality, control equal, less than, make sure you pull that up, 21, and then hit enter. Now, does that match? Yeah, that matches. Okay, so let's do the next one. So move your x over, that becomes minus x, and then you have to divide everything by negative 3. So divide by negative 3. So you've got y, and I divided by negative, so I have to flip my symbol. Y is greater than or equal to negative 5 plus 1/3 x. The slope is by x, so that's positive 1/3, and my y-intercept is -5. Remember, you gotta do this first. So -5, my slope tells me go up 1 to the right 3, up 1 to the right 3, 1, 2, 3, up 1 over 3, up 1 over 3, okay? Or you could go, instead of going up and to the right, you can go down and to the left. So down 1 to the right 3, down 1 to the right 3, down 1 to the right 3. Now, there is a line, and so that means it should be solid. So draw a solid line, and it says greater than, so that should be above. Now, when you go back and you check it, Control Doc 2, delete, go to 6 relation. I'm going to type in the original equation, which said x minus 3y, and then Control equals, and then less than or equal to, and then 15, and then hit enter, and it matches. Okay, you can look at my x and y intercepts to see if it matches, and it does. Okay, the next one. So move your 3x over, so that's minus 3x. Now look at what's in front of the y. You have a negative, so I have to divide by -1. Now remember, when you divide by negative, you have to flip your inequality. So y is less than or equal to 2 plus 3x. Now the slope is always in front of the x, so that's a positive 3. The y-intercept is 2. And you want to do this first. So start at 2. The slope, remember the fraction needs to be a fraction, so up 3 over 1. So up 3 over 1, up 3 over 1. Okay, instead of going up, you can go down and to the left. So down 3 over 1, down 3 over 1. That line was not very good. Down 3 over 1, down 3 over 1, down 3 over 1. And it had a line, so it should be solid. So make it a solid line. It's greater, oh no, look at this one right here. It's less, so I shade what's underneath. And that's where some students make a mistake. So that's why I'm showing you, you have this tool, you want to use it. There's no reason that you can't double check yourself. So we're going to type in the original equation, because that way if you make any mistakes, like with flipping the sign, then you can double check it. So we want to make sure that we use our tools correctly. Okay, enter. And did I graph that correctly? Yes, I did. Okay, and then the next one, so minus 2x, and then this is a positive 1, so you're going to divide by 1. And since I'm dividing by 1, I do not flip it, so y is greater than 4 minus 2x. Slope is always by the x, so that is a -2, and your y-intercept is 4. So you start at 4, and the slope tells you -2 over 1. You go down 2 to the right 1. So down 2, right 1, 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 down 2, right 1. Or instead of down, you can go up and to the left. If you switch one, you have to switch the other. So up 2 to the right 1, up 2, up 1, up 2 to the right 1. And there's not a line, so this should be dotted. So just dot your lines and look at this one right here. It's greater than, so it should go above. Okay, so we're going to graph it and we're going to double check. Oh, I just noticed a question on there that I didn't answer. I'll go to. Remember, backspace and go to relation. The original was 2x plus y, and then control equal, greater than, and then you had 4, enter. And that is correct. That's what I have. Now, I forgot to answer these questions, so we'll go back and answer these questions. 5, 4. So remember, 5, 4, you go, the first number tells you left or right, second number up or down. So you go to the right 5, up 4. So 5, 4, yes. -4, 0. So you go to the left and you stay put. So no. And 0, 4, you stay put and you go up. So, oh, now I go up and I am in the shaded. I'm not, oh, I'm on the line. Now I'm on the line, and so it's dotted. And so since it's dotted, that would be a no. And then the last one is -1, 6. So you go left and you go up. So left and then up 6. You're on the line again. So no, because it's dotted. Okay, so you have to be really careful. That's why I like doing the slopes, so that I can double check some and be more accurate as possible. 0, 2. Remember, left, right, up, down. 0 tells me stay put and then go up 2. So 0, up 2. Now this one is on the line, but it is a solid line. So yes, it's included in the data. 2, 8. You go right 2, up 8, 2, and then 8. You're above the line, so no, that does not work. -4, -1. You go to the left and down. So left 4, down 1, nope. And then you have 4, 2. So you go right 2, up, right 4, up 2. So right 4, up 2, yes. So those that are close to the line, be careful. That's why the slope really, really helps. All right, so now we're going to do some more of those vertical and horizontal lines. Remember, if it's vertical, it's going through the x, so that's up and down through the x-axis. So x is less than or equal to 3, so that's a solid line, and it's less, so it should be to the left. Remember, you can graph that. Control dock 2. I'm going to go to 2 for graph, backspace, go to 6 for relation, x, then control equals less than or equal to 3. So less than or equal to 3, enter, and that's what it looks like. So the x's are up and down. So if you want to do all the x's, great, this is, you know, it's going to be up or down. Through the 2, it's going to be solid. And then it's greater than, so it should be the other side. Okay? So you can double check that. If I go to tab, up arrow, I'm going to change that. I'm going to hit control, and I'm going to go to the greater than or equal to. And then this is 2, hit enter. See, it does shade the other side. So you can do that really quick to change it. And I have another x. This is 4, so this is going to be solid. And less is to the left. All right, and now I'm going to, these all have a y. And remember, y goes through the y-axis, so it's going to go sideways. So -4, and this is dotted because there's not a line. So dotted, and then it's greater than, so it's above. Okay, now you can graph it and you can check it. So if I hit tab and up arrow, you can go back and you can delete those and you can say y, oops, I don't want to have x's, y, and then control equal, and greater than, so there's your greater than, and then that was -4, and then enter. And that's what it looks like. Now, I think, yep, I did. I put it in the right spot. So you can double check that. So y is less than -1. Again, it's dotted, but it's less, so it should be below. Okay, so -1, and then it goes underneath. And then y is less than -3. So it's dotted, and then less is below. So -3, 1, 2, 3, do a dotted line, and then shade below it. And you can check on your calculator to make sure that you did that correctly.